We are reporting from the island of San Pedro for the 33rd Inter-sessional meeting of the heads of CARICOM. Of course, this evening we've seen the arrival of several CARICOM leaders, including the leader of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We've seen the arrival of representatives from the Bahamas, the leader of newly elected President Philip Davis. We've seen the arrival of the Dominica leader. We've seen the arrival of the leader of Montserrat, Premier Honorable Joseph Farrell. We've also seen the arrival of the President of Guyana, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. We've seen the arrival of the President of Suriname, the Honorable Chandri Kapersad Santoki. We've seen the arrival, the anticipated arrival, in fact, of the head of Barbados, Prime Minister Mia Mottley, who also is the lead head of government with responsibility for CSMA in CARICOM. And we've seen also representatives from Turk and Caicos by way of the Premier Charles Washington Missick. And so the stage has been set for the 33rd Inter-sessional meeting for the heads of CARICOM here on the island of San Pedro, Ambergris Caye, with those arrivals. What we expect to see, so today's the arrivals, what we expect to see tomorrow at 9 a.m. is an opening session or an opening ceremony. And immediately after that opening ceremony, well, first let's stay on the opening ceremony. At the opening ceremony, we will hear an address from the CARICOM Secretary General, none other than Dr. Carla Barnett, who was, of course, a Belizean, so that's something for Belizeans to be proud of. We'll also hear an address from the outgoing chairman of CARICOM, as well as the incoming chairman of CARICOM, who is also none other than Prime Minister John Briceño, the Prime Minister of Belize. And directly, immediately after that opening session, we will be the heads of government will immediately engage in that those intersessional meeting discussions, and there is a wide range of topics to discuss. The heads of government for CARICOM meets twice a year, and this is one of those meetings. This is, of course, the first in-person meeting since the onset of COVID-19. So that's an important thing to note, that these heads of government, that they have been meeting for some time virtually, and this is the first time for the past 2 years that they're finally meeting together in person. And what better place to do it than to do it in the best kept secret in the Caribbean, which is Belize. And so from those intersessional meetings, will conclude on Wednesday with a press conference on Wednesday evening. And then on Thursday, CARICOM heads as well as SICA will be meeting together to have their meetings. We understand that they will be discussing interest, as well as common interest, as well as common challenges between both regions. And so that's one of the things on the agenda for Thursday, as well as an address by the UN Secretary General, who will also be right here on the island to speak with both regions from SICA as well as from CARICOM. And so that happens on Thursday. We understand that the UN Secretary General will also be taking trips in different areas of Belize, not only to look at the impacts of climate change, but also to visit the 5Cs office, which is located right here in Belize, in the capital of Belize, which is Belmopan. And so we will be reporting from San Pedro over the next 5 days, where we will be bringing you coverage of the events that take place every single day. So you want to stay tuned, you want to stay here, where you will get the latest updates and information coming out of the CARICOM meetings as well as the CARICOM SECA meetings on Thursday. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.